All right, welcome to Fitball. Once again, I will be teaching without a ball, but we can make do with my handy dandy ottoman here. If you have a ball, then please use it. It's a little bit better than using an ottoman. For equipment today, you will need heavy weight. For me, I will be using a milk jug. Depending on how strong you are, you might want to have 2 heavy weights or 2 milk jugs. And then you'll also want a medium-sized can. This is your lightweight, and you're going to be lying on your belly, passing this weight from hand to hand. So fairly lightweight. And if you don't have a ball, then also have kind of a medium weight in there, and we're going to be using this for some of our exercises. We're going to do a reverse lunge and lean where you're lifting it overhead. All right, so get that ready to go. Also, we won't have any music going because we need to be aware of copyright issues. So if you want to play your own music going on in the background, then please do that. And let's get warming up. So we're going to start off with some shoulder rolls, big backward shoulder rolls. If you are like me and you've been sitting at your desk all morning, then your shoulders need a lot of love. Let me turn my phone on to silent here. And let's do forward shoulder rolls. Excellent. We're going to move into some torso twists and some hamstring stretches. So arms out to the side, rotate your shoulders and reach down for your toes. You should feel a good stretch through the hamstring. Rotate those shoulders as much as you can, getting that torso warmed up. You can move at your own pace. You don't need to move at the same pace as me. We'll do 2 more each way. Excellent. Let's move into some squats. So you can go as wide or as narrow with your feet as you'd like. You're just going to keep your chest up, sit your hips down and back, and then stand back up. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Think about pushing your feet apart like you're tearing a piece of paper in half. As you get warmer, you can get a bit lower, maybe go a bit faster. It's up to you. Sitting your hips right down, trying to keep a nice flat back. Let's go for about 4 more. Awesome. All right, we're going to move into some side lunges. So what you're going to do is stand to one side, take a big step out to the side, lower those hips down and back, press back to center. You should feel this outside leg working hard. And the stationary leg should just get a nice stretch. And we'll add in an overhead reach to work out those shoulders and sideline. You should feel your heart rate starting to raise a little bit, get a bit warmer. One more. Excellent. We'll switch to the other side. No reach to start. Just get down in that side lunge, lower those hips down and back. Press back to center. Try to get that chest up. And we'll add in your overhead reach. Last one here. Excellent. So you should be feeling warm. I know I am, so I can take my hoodie off. We're going to get into our first strength circuit, so we'll do this circuit 3 times. We're going to start off with a reverse lunge and lean. So grab your ball. If you don't have a ball, grab your 1 liter or so water bottle. And what you want to do is take a big step back, reach overhead, keep those arms nice and straight, and then just lean to the side. You're going to feel a really good stretch through your sideline here. And then come back up to center. So from here, sorry, I want you to balance. Cheated on that first one. So reverse lunge and lean, step up to balance. Going for 10 of these on each side. You can move at your own pace. You can step as wide as you need to with that back leg to help you with that balance. Reach up super high with those arms. Get those shoulders working. Stretch all the way up your side and into that upper back. And when you reach 10, you're going to switch sides. So same sort of deal. Big step back, reach up, feel that stretch. Come up and balance. Bending both knees down to 90 degrees. So when you're reaching up, you're bending towards that bent leg. Going for 10. Excellent. I'm feeling much better already. All right, so next up we have push-ups. So if you have a ball, I want you to put your feet on the ball. If you don't have a ball, find some sort of raised surface. The more of your leg that's on that ball or the raised surface, the easier it'll be. So if I put my knees on it, it's a little bit easier. Whereas if I walk out, put my toes on it, then it's tougher, all right? So you choose what works for you. You're going for 10 push-ups, going nice and low, make them hard. Try to get your chin towards the ground, that's the goal. So here we go, going for 10 push-ups, keep that core nice and tight. Try to exhale as you push up. All right. Now that you look like a tomato, we'll move on to the third exercise in our circuit, which are leg lifts. All right, so what you want to do is, if you imagine this was a ball, you would have your hips on the ball, hands on the ground, and then you're gonna lift your hips up, your legs up, higher, squeezing your glutes to lift. Now, because I don't have a ball, I'm gonna scoot back and lift my legs up here. So I'm just gonna give my bench a nice hug. So you can choose which one works for you. And you're going for 20 of these. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can. Squeeze your glutes as you lift. You'll feel these through your glutes and maybe a bit into your lower back muscles. Trying to get nice extension. So again, if you're on the ball, your hips would be on the ball, your hands would be on the ground. Excellent. Into our first blast, we have speed skaters. So you're going to hop side to side. You can also step instead of hopping if you want a lower impact option. We are going for 1 minute. Are you ready? Here we go. Hips down and back. Load up that leg before you hop to the other side. Working that cardio, getting your glute working. You got it. Keep it up. Go a bit faster if you can. "15 seconds. Come on. Can you go lower? Two and one. Awesome job. Take a moment if you'd like. We're going to repeat all of that one more time, starting with that reverse, not one more, two more times. Starting with that reverse lunge and lean. So you are on your one leg, you're stepping back into that lunge, reaching up and bending towards that bent leg, coming up and balancing, going for 10 of these on each side at your own pace. Here we go. It's YouTube, so you can pause it whenever you need to. Step as wide as you want. Fight for that balance if you lose it. Awesome job. Switching sides when you're ready. Two more, my pace. Really reach up with those arms, feel that stretch. Excellent. Okay, push up time. So put as much of your leg as you want to onto that ball. Keep that core nice and strong. Get as low as you can and back up. Going for 10. Exhale as you push. Woohoo! So good. All right, we're going into those leg lifts. So remember, if you're on the ball, then your hips are on the ball, hands are on the ground, and you're just squeezing your glutes to lift. And if you're adapting like me, just hang your legs off the end and give that bench a nice big hug. Squeeze and lift those legs up. Try not to swing at all. Going for 20 total. You got this. Nice and controlled. Give me 5 more. Moxie thinks I'm sweaty. Last one here. Excellent. Hi, girl. Let's move into our speed skaters for 1 more minute, stepping or jumping to the side. Hey, that's enough. Ready, and here we go. You want to join? What is that? What is that? So you can play with your pets if you like. Moxie. Go upstairs, come on. Babe. Come on. Good girl. She thinks it's time for her afternoon walk. Here we go. Keep going. So Moxie is 13 years old. So anytime she wants to play, I'm on board. You got this. Give me 10 more seconds. 2 and 1. Awesome job. Grab a quick drink if you'd like. And grab your ball or your water bottle, whatever works for you. And we're back to that reverse lunge and lean. So reverse lunge, bend towards that bent leg, come up into that balance. Really reach those arms up overhead. You got this. Switching sides at 10. Whenever you feel like you've had enough. Two more at my pace. Excellent work. All right, let's move into those push-ups. I've developed a bit of a shoulder issue from all this at-home work. This is really good for me for strengthening those. So thank you for motivating me to work on my runner arms. Going for 10 push-ups. Here we go. Exhale as you press. Woohoo! So good. All right, working on the back side of your body, you have 20 more of those leg lifts. Depending on what equipment you have, that's what exercise you will do. Still pretending this ottoman is my ball. Squeeze your glutes to lift. Nice and controlled. This is all the back side of your body working. 3 more. Well done. Speed skaters, final time. Let's make it count. 1 minute. Ready, here we go. Hips down and back. Nice big jumps side to side or steps. Load up that leg. Halfway, can you go faster? Can you get lower? You got this. Ten seconds. 2 and 1. Well done. Great work. Grab a quick drink. All right, next up, we have pullovers. So, again, we are going to imagine this is my ball and that this is my heavy weight. So what you want to do is have your shoulders resting on that ball. You're going to have your hips up nice and high. Holding on to that weight, you're going to keep your arms totally straight. Keep those hips up. You're going to bring those arms right overhead. Feel a really good stretch there. And then bring it back. Keep your core nice and tight. Going for 10 of these. Now, if you're used to these, I'm going to grab a second jug here. Make it a bit heavier. You can go fairly heavy with these. You just need to keep your arms straight and your core engaged. That's really important. So, here we go. Going for 10. Fine with milk jugs, the positioning of the jugs, kind of figure it out as you go. Keep that core tight. Keep those hips up. You got it. Awesome. All right, from there we have YTIs. So we did these our first day. There's a couple of different options here. You can do them standing like we did with our first Fitball workout, remote Fitball workout, or you can do them leaning on the ball or lying on top of your ottoman. This will make it a little bit more intense. So if you're doing it this way, your hips or your chest would be on the ball or your body is on the ottoman and you're just lifting up at a 45-degree angle, trying to get up as high as you can with those arms. I want you to do 10 in that Y position, 10 straight out to the side, and then 10 straight back in those eyes. You can't put that much pressure on your body, then just do this standing. It's the same sort of thing. Keep your back nice and flat. You're doing 10 arm raises in each direction, so 30 total. So keep it going until you hit your 30. Keep it nice and controlled. It's a really good postural exercise. I'm assuming that you guys have already done a bunch while I was yapping. All right, when you reach 10 of each of those, we're into our next exercise, our knee tucks. So again, if you're imagining that this is my ball, you're in that plank position, and you're gonna tuck your knee in. Turn this way. Imagine my feet are on the ball. You're gonna tuck your knee in as tightly as you can, and then back out. Tucking both knees in as tightly as you can, and back out. If you don't have a ball, or if that's too much pressure on your hands, then you can switch to a V-sit. It's the same muscles that you're working. You're coming in, you're tucking in, trying to compress as tightly as you can, and then back out. And you're going for 10 of these. Whenever you're ready, coming in, squeeze tight, and back out. This works your core and your hip flexors. Excellent. Into our next blast, which are drop squats. So what you want to do for these is you're going to drop down and then back up, alternating which hand is dropping down to the ground. Again, we're going for 1 minute. Are we ready? And here we go. Hips down. You can also step in if you want non-impact version. Get those hips down though. Nice full squat as much as you can without pain. Halfway, come on. "15 seconds, you got this." Two and one. Excellent work. Grab a drink if you'd like. And then we're back to our pullovers. I will position so you can see a little bit better. All right, so your shoulders are resting on that ball. Hips are up nice and high. Arms are straight. Gonna let them come overhead. Feel a good stretch. Keep your core tight and then bring those arms back over. Going for 10. Move at your own pace. Try to exhale as you bring those weights back up. Really good. Place those to the side. When you've completed your 10, we're into your YTIs. Either standing or with your torso on the ball or lying down on that bench. Whatever works for you and your situation. 10 of these each way. So coming up at that 45-degree angle. Try to get up as high as you can. Then coming out straight to the side in that T position. Palms are facing down towards the floor. And straight back, palms are still facing towards the ceiling. Arms are straight, shoulder blades are sliding back towards your back pockets. Awesome. Into the knee tucks. If you want to do knee tucks but you don't have a ball and you're kind of like me, then instead of the V-sits, you can also just do one knee at a time and just really work on crunching it in. So when you bring it in, really crunch, try to get it to your armpit, and then alternate sides. Regardless of which version you're using, going for 10, super tight. I want you to hold that crunch and compress it as tightly as you can, trying to get your knees right into your chest, because that's where the most effective part of the exercise is. Excellent work. All right, we are back to our drop squats. One more time. 1 minute of these. Ready? Here we go. Hips down, chest up, get down to the ground. Halfway, you got this. Work those legs, work that cardio. 15 seconds, come on. Three, 2, and 1. Whew, that was good. Okay, grab a quick drink if you'd like. Then we're going to move into our core circuit before you get to stretch it out. All right, so first off, we get to work on your glutes. So if you imagine this is my ball, I will be lying on the floor. The sole of my foot is on that ball. Don't let the ball roll. It needs to stay in the same place. You're just lifting up as high as you can and back down. You're going for 10 of these on each side. If that's too intense, both feet at the same time, lifting up high and back down, and going for 20 total. Or you can do some combo of both of those. So maybe 5 with both legs, and then 5 with each leg. Whatever works for you. But 20 total. Here's Hunter. And here we go. Hi. Hey, no. I think my pets are going to be famous after this quarantine. So switch sides at 10 if you're doing one leg. Keep going if you're doing 2. Lift up super high, right up to the ceiling. Don't let that ball roll away from you. It stays in the same spot the whole time. Excellent work. All right, from there we're going to do some lower body rotations. So imagine I was holding the ball. I just use this as a bit of a target. So I hold it straight up to the ceiling and I don't let it move. It just needs to stay straight up there directly over my chest. From there I have my legs together Keeping that ball still, I'm going to rotate my legs as far to the one side as I can without letting that ball move, and then as far to the other side as I can. As I get a bit stronger, maybe I can rotate a bit further, keeping those legs close together. We're going for 20 total. Move at your own pace, keep those legs squeezed together, keep controlled. If your hamstrings are flexible, you can do this with straighter legs than what I'm doing. I have about 4 more each way. Two more each way. Keep those legs together, keep those shoulders glued to the ground. Last ones. Excellent. All right, let's move into some Supermans. Grabbing those cans. So you only need one of them. You're going to be lying on your belly. And you're just going to lift your chest out off the floor, and you're going to keep your arms straight past that can one way and then pass it the other. Try to keep your neck nice and relaxed. You're going for 10 passes. You're going to feel this all in the upper back, maybe a little bit in your lower back as well. Going for 10 passes. So that's only, there and back would equal 2. Awesome job. The last one in this core circuit. If you have a ball, I want you to practice your ball balancing. So you would roll the ball up against your shins, and then you would roll onto the ball and work on kneeling on top of it. If you don't have a ball, then I have a very challenging core balance exercise for you on the floor. So what you would do is you would be on your hands and knees in that tabletop position. So normally we would extend opposite arm and leg in this position, but instead I'm going to get you to try to extend same arm and leg in this position. Just focus on the same side the whole time. And then for your leg and your hand, they need to stay lined up, so don't cheat by bringing your arm out to the side. So keep it going for another 30 seconds. As you can see, this is very hard, but it's a good way to learn how to activate that core. And if you're practicing balancing on that ball, you can practice rotating once you get onto your knees. You can practice moving your arms around, maybe lifting a weight. So pay attention to what side you're doing here and then switch sides next round. All right, let's do that one more time. So we're gonna start off with those glute lifts. So feet are on your ball, 10 per side, 20 total. Here we go. Lift those hips up, squeeze your glutes. Coming right onto your shoulders. Trying to get a straight line from your shoulder to hip to knee. You can also do 2 legs if you want. Excellent. From there, you are grabbing your ball. You're doing those lower body rotations. So keep your legs glued together. Hold that ball over your chest. Don't let the ball move. The whole object is to keep that ball still, rotating your legs side to side. 20 total, 10 each way. Keep those legs glued together. It's about halfway if you're moving at my pace. Excellent. Okay, grabbing your can, lying on your belly in that Superman position, passing it back and forth, trying to get it right. Make sure you have space, right off the floor. Nice, slow passes. Keep those arms straight. Just going for 10 passes. Breathe. One more each way at my pace. Excellent. All right, practicing balancing either back on the ball, oh, look at that hair, or back on your hands and knees, but doing the other side. So you're lifting the same arm and leg. Ready? Here we go. Trying to stay as level as possible. Keep that core super tight. The whole point is that this should be really hard. And so you're just learning how to activate those muscles. If you can do this perfectly, it's too easy. All right. And let's stretch you out. Really nice job. Bring your knees nice and wide. Sit your hips back onto your heels and walk your hands out overhead into child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right and then push your shoulder down towards the floor so you feel a good stretch through that side line. And walk your hands over the other way. Try to keep those hips down. And come back to center. Have a seat, bring your feet nice and wide. Push from behind or walk your hands forward, stretching out the inner thigh and hamstrings. If you want, you can grab onto your toes. You're trying to pull your chest down towards the floor. And come on up to a lunge position. Keeping your tailbone tucked, pushing that hip forward, reaching up and over, stretching out that whole sideline. And we'll switch sides. Keeping that tailbone tucked as you reach. And you can stand it up. Bring one arm across, stretching out your shoulder. And switching sides. Interlock those hands behind your back, roll your shoulders down and back, and lift up, stretching out that chest. All right. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next week.